My name's Anthony Tattum and I'm the Managing Director of Big Cat Group. We're a full service agency. We do events, marketing, digital, PR and events to deliver campaigns for clients. So we're very results driven. It's very much about the big idea rather than the tactics we use. We have offices in London, Birmingham, Barcelona and Paris, and we work for a real broad range of clients in public sector, brands and SMEs. So when we think about digital tools, we think about them in terms of marketing channels and evaluation tools, but we also think about them as operational tools, how we work internally at Big Cat, how we work collaboratively with our clients. Big Cat's top 5 digital tools are: number 1 is Google Analytics. This is a free and on the top level, a really simple tool from Google. Free to use, you just need to add a little bit of code to your web pages, and it allows you to gain a deep understanding of audience, content, traffic sources, and then set goals. So when you set goals, the goal could be selling a product, it could be a new member, it could be an email contact us. So if you set those goals and then you can follow a customer or a series of customers from a traffic source, say Yahoo, and then you can follow those all the way through how they traverse through your website to see whether they achieve a goal or not. And at every point in the service you can see where they drop out. So Google is really good for that, but also you can look at things like bounce rate, where a bounce is if you leave a web page within 5 to 10 seconds, that you would assume that that's not a very good piece of content. Equally, you can evaluate number of page per visit, which indicates how relevant your website is. And it's very much about evaluation of previous activity to improve performance of future activity. So by making notes on your dashboard and then tracking where those piece of visitors went through your site and whether they converted, that's what Google Analytics is really good for. Staying with marketing, my number 2 tip would be Campaign Monitor. Campaign Monitor is an email transmission platform which allows you to tailor the design of an email. So it could be a soulless emailer, which is a single message, or it could be a newsletter style, which is multiple message. Once you then go onto the dashboard, you can see a database of who opened the email and who clicked on where, and then that translates neatly into Google Analytics. So from that traffic source of Campaign Monitor, there's a direct link to your Google Analytics, and then it acts as another traffic source where you can then follow the customers through your website to see if they convert or deliver a goal. In sending out an emailer regularly, so it could be weekly, it could be monthly, evaluating your open rate, your click-through rate, your bounce rate, and I'll explain what bounces are in a moment, allows you to improve the performance of an email transmission. And then that's when it gets quite interesting, and you can tweak things like, who is it sent from? Is it a person or a company? Some people open emails if it's from a person higher than a company. Sometimes I've seen it the other way around. You can play with the subject line. So again, there is no silver bullet, and by using and changing and tweaking the subject line, sometimes putting a date in is important, making it as short as possible. And it's very important that the keywords are relevant to the organisation. If it's an event, say it's an event. If it's a product, say it's a product. If it's a sale, say it's a sale. Number 3 tip is having a good CRM system. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management, which is a big database. So having say an Excel spreadsheet of names and phone numbers and email addresses doesn't give you the flexibility to add comments, register campaigns, segment audiences as easily as if you have a reasonably priced, comprehensive CRM system. So we use Microsoft CRM Dynamics. So it's really big and cumbersome, but what you are able to do is pare it right down to what you need to use it for. So when you land on CRM Dynamics, you are presented with a dashboard, and the dashboard can be tailored so that you can see things like, what is my pipeline? So when you add a piece of data, you can put the value of that potential business, the close date of that potential business, and how that business is going to be split in terms of your products or services. So for us, it could be 50% graphic design, 20% advertising, 30% events management. So you can really develop a pipeline or a funnel system of where your business is coming from, which allows you to forecast, or at least if you've done your business plan and you understand where you're trying to get to, your CRM system allows you to see how you're doing and what any gaps are in your forecast. The thing though with CRM systems is they are only as good as the data that is input. So if you don't input relevant data regularly and keep it up to date, and after every call or every meeting update it, whenever you get an opportunity upload it, and then segment it. So you need to put in fields that are mandatory, so you've got to say it's a gold, silver, bronze contact, it's worth this amount of money, where the source of the lead or the opportunity has come from. Then you can see the effectiveness of campaigns. My fourth tip is Basecamp. Basecamp is an online, cloud-based project management tool. It's fully collaborative, so we use it with our clients, and we very much encourage our clients to engage with us on an operational basis on Basecamp. Basecamp is a very transparent way of working with our clients. It allows them to see what the deliverables are, what the milestones are. It allows them to see the tasks that we assign to a project, and then who's responsible and the deadline of when they're going to be done by. And I think with any project, really understanding who's going to do what by when, so you can look at any potential issues, any tasks that are linked to each other where one needs to come before another. We can also assign tasks to our clients. We can share and collaborate on things like ads, copy, press releases, photographs, brochures, a whole range of things that we need answers on, sign off from, agreement. And so Basecamp allows us to do all of those things. Our main currency is time. We sell time. So Basecamp allows us to monitor task by task, client by client, minute by minute, evaluate time. So from our point of view, we do a quote saying it will take us this much time to do a series of tasks, project by project, and we can then log time against that, so that we're very transparent on internally and externally how long we spend on a project. And that allows us to be very efficient. It allows us to really manage our operation and evaluate on a day-to-day basis or on a monthly basis where we are on budget versus actual in terms of time. My fifth and final tip, and my personal favourite, is Evernote. From my point of view, the most difficult thing in business is remembering everything. It's deciding what is the most important and what is urgent, what is important, can be put on the back burner but mustn't be forgotten. So Evernote allows you to remember everything, save everything. I use it for tasks. So I'm in meetings or traveling, and on my mobile device I can easily input a task, and then that stays, and then that task gets logged and can be used on any device. I also use it for meeting notes. So if I'm in a meeting, a presentation, a pitch, a brainstorm, then the key piece of kit is my iPad. So I can take text notes, I can write on a whiteboard and photograph those words. I can upload the presentation to that same note, and Evernote is fully searchable. That's the ultimate thing, is finding things from a year ago, 2 years ago. It geotags it, so you could When I went to South by Southwest 2 years ago, I could look at all the notes I made at South by Southwest because it's geotagged. So I could go back to Austin and look at all the notes and the videos and the PDFs and the presentations and photos and notes I took then. So this is by no means an exhaustive list. There are many platforms that do similar things out there. These are just the ones that we have used over time and it's worked well with our business. As I said, some are paid for, some are free. I would always try the free option first, because if you're not going to use it, there's no, and the whole organisation get involved in some way, shape or form, or it be valuable to other people, then use the free version first to see whether it works well for you before considering the premium. Digital technologies can be exploited to improve your business performance right through marketing and all the way through operations. So my advice to you would be start using digital to transform your business.